Not quite yet. Alright, so we're gonna start with this line of words right here that starts with bear. These are all different levels here, so you're gonna just focus on each line at a time. I got you this little card if it's easier for you to, you know, go word by word, but you know, whatever's easiest for you. So we're gonna start with bear and read, you know, all the way down. Whenever you're ready.
Bear, father, find, sound, friend, song, thought, keep, enough, brain, air, new, put, heard, afraid, wind, choose, without, move, then.
Awesome, great job. You got all of them correct. Alright, so we are going to move on to the next one, starting with this word right here.
Stone, excited, shiny, else, picted, promise, pieces, suit, push, tell, begins, food, light, visit, clue, breathe, insects, weather, notice, season.
Alright, good job. Alright, now we're going to turn the page and start with this word.
Finished, celebrate, believe, confuse, motion, rough, engines, tongue, crowded, woo, removed, curious, silver, electric, introduce, enemies, glowed, clothing, interest, explained.
Alright. Good job. Let's move on to this one right here.
Yeah. Sunlight, desert, crops, travel, favorite, adaptation, terribly, predator, illustrated, ocean, pilot, dynamite, struggled, symbolized, compassion, passenger, memorize, environment, adventurer, invented.
Alright, start with this one.
Content, reflected, medicine, biograph, archery, capture, vessel, tails, stampage, obstacles, divorced, registration, scares, primitive, visualize, bulletin, solitary, fluent, pioneers, vantage.
Alright, great job. Next one. That word right there.
Tolerate, possession, condense, memorize, abolish, primates, emerge, boundaries, humidity, consistent, high-graded, thread, restricted, evaporate,
Just try your best.
goods, preserved, proclaimed, courageous, pharaohs, conquerors.
Alright. Okay, so we're going to stop there. And we are going to move on to, not too bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to move on to some passages. So let's say 6. We are going to do fourth grade. Let's do 3rd grade. Okay. So you are going to read this passage right here. A special birthday for Rosa, not quite yet. Again, you can use this if it's easier. Try to read at a nice slow pace if it helps you. Take your time. If you stumble over any words, I can't help you, but just try to sound them out as best as you can. Don't start quite yet. I just have to start the timer. Okay, actually before we read the passage, I have a couple questions to ask to see if you're familiar with the topic that it's going to discuss. First of all, this story is about a celebration. What does a celebration mean?
A celebration is like you're celebrating someone's birthday or party or congratulations, kind of like that.
Okay, definitely. Like how we had a Halloween celebration the other week. What does it mean when you miss someone?
It's more like I haven't seen someone for a while or for months or years.
Okay. If you are sad, how can someone cheer you up?
Well, something to make me feel better, like give you perhaps give you your favorite food or watch your favorite movie or your favorite present. Or
Okay. Comfort you in some way. How many candles are on a birthday cake? Not necessarily yours, on any birthday cake. How many candles do people usually put on the cake?
Perhaps 3 or any number.
Okay. Alright, so now we're going to start reading. Again, take your time. Read as whatever pace is comfortable for you. If you have any trouble with a word, just try to sound it out as best as you can.
Okay.
You can start right now.
Today was the day Rosa had been waiting for her birthday. She was very happy, but she also felt sad. This would be the first birthday that she would celebrate without all her family around her. The company that Rosa's father worked at had given him a wonderful promotion. But this meant that Rosa, her parents, and her little brother Joe's had to move to another state. Rosa liked her new home and friends, but she really wanted to celebrate her birthday with her grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins all around her. They had sent presents, but it wouldn't be the same if she couldn't thank them in person. They wouldn't be there to watch her blow out all the candles. And what kind of birthday would it be without listening to her grandparents' stories about growing up in Italy and Cuba? Also, 4 people could never sing as loudly or joyfully as her whole family could sing together. That night, Mama made Rosa's favorite meal. Afterwards, there was a beautiful cake. Mother, Father, and Joe sang happy birthday while the 8 candles glowed. Rosa made a wish, took a deep breath, and blew out all the candles. I know I wouldn't get what I wish for, she said to herself, but I'm going to wish for it anyway. Then it was time for the presents. Rosa's father gave her the first present. It was a DVD. I think we should play it right now before you open any more presents, her father said. He put the DVD into the player. Suddenly, there on a television screen was the rest of Rosa's family smiling and waving and wishing her a happy birthday. One by one, each person on the DVD asked Rosa to open the present they had sent. Her father put the DVD on pause while Rosa did this. Then they explained why they had chosen that gift, especially for Rosa. After the presents were unwrapped, her family sang some favorite songs, and Rosa, her mother, father, and Joe's joined in. Then Rosa's grandfather spoke to her. Rosa, this is a new story, one you have never heard before. I'm going to tell you it to you as a special birthday gift. It is about my first birthday in this country, when I was very lonely from my friends and family. It is about how I met your grandmother. When grandmother had finished, he and grandmother blew Rosa a kiss, and the DVD was finished. Rosa felt wonderful. It was almost like having her family in the room with her. Rosa hugged her parents and her little brother. I didn't think it would get my wish, but I did, she said. That night, when Mom and Papa came to say goodnight to Rosa, they found her in bed, already asleep, with the DVD next to her. It had been the best birthday ever.
Okay, great. Good job. Just 1 second. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you some questions about the story that you just read. Is there anything that you can tell me about what you just read? Retell some of the events.
Well, it was a little bit sad, kind of, because her family couldn't come to her party, you know.
Okay.
And it's a little bit sad about their family moved to, like his parents and her sibling moved to another country.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little bit sad because it was kind of like the best birthday ever that they always put a video on.
Right. Anything else?
I think that's it. For me.
Okay. Okay. So the story took place on what day?
Day.
Not like a day of the week, but what event was it?
Like it was. I think it was kind of like. Well, it's kind of like a first birthday or
A
something.
birthday party? Okay. At the beginning of the story, what was Rosa's problem?
Well, that her family wasn't there,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of moved to a different country.
Do you remember how old Rosa was on her birthday?
It was her first birthday. Like she might have been 1 year old.
Okay. What did Rosa wish for before she blew out the candles?
Wish that it was been the best birthday ever.
What was on the DVD?
About her family on a video clip.
Okay. What special birthday gift did her grandfather give to her?
A story of himself.
Okay. Good. How did the DVD help to solve Rosa's problems?
Like, see, it's because her whole family showed up on that video. Like, that kind of made her so happy, so glad.
Mm-hmm. And at the end of the story, where was the DVD? Where did she keep it?
She kept it on her right side where she was sleeping on bed.
Alright, good job. I'm just going to need 1 minute to calculate all of this. Okay, we are going to move on to the next story. Cats, lions, and tigers in your house. Do you have a cat?
No, my dad is allergic.
He's allergic, yeah, some people are.
Yeah.
Before we start reading, I have a couple questions to ask you. What is the cat family?
Well, lions, tigers, pumas, cougars, panthers, wildcats.
Great. How do cats protect themselves?
They have claws. They can use their claws.
Great. What does a cat's tongue look like?
Like pink and flatter, like it's kind of sharp because dogs have soft tongues.
Right, and cats are a little more rough, right?
Yes.
What are cats' sounds?
Meow.
Yeah, very good. All right, good job. Again, you can start whenever you're ready.
House cats, lions, and tigers are part of the same family. When animals are part of the same family, they are alike in many ways. House cats are like lions and tigers in many ways. 2. When kittens are first born, they drink milk from their mothers. Lions and tigers drink milk from their mothers, too. When kittens are born, they have claws, just like big cats. Big claws are used by lions and tigers and kittens to help them keep away enemies. As kittens get bigger, they learn to hunt from their mother. House cats hunt in the same way that lions and tigers do. They hide and lie very still. When the animal they are hunting comes close, they jump onto it and grab it by the back of the neck. Cats kill other animals by shaking them and breaking their necks. Lions, tigers, and house cats show when they are afraid in the same way too. Their fur puffs up, making them look bigger. They hit and spit too. They are their way of saying, "I'm afraid, don't come closer." A cat's tongue has many uses because it is a rough. with little bumps on it. It can be used as a spoon. A cat drinks milk by lapping it because all of the bumps. The milk stays on the tongue until the cat can swallow it. If you feel on the top of the cat's tongue, it is rough. This makes the tongue good for brushing the cat's hair. The lions and tigers clean themselves with their tongues, just like house cats do.
Great, good job. Okay, can you tell me a little bit about what you just read?
Well, I'd say, I'll tell you the important thing, Jess. Apparently, they are the same family.
Yep.
But they're more than just the same family.
Yep.
They're the same kind. They're identical. It's the same thing. Not brothers and sisters. They're both the same creature.
Right. Tell me a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
Do you remember any details from what you read in the story, how they're alike?
No. But when I was a kid, I used to feel that my friend's cat's tongue for like it does feel sharp.
Right,
Like
it's
some,
kind of rough, right?
like cats, I'm a pet lover. Like I used to like dogs
too.
or cats.
All right. So what is this passage mostly about?
Like tell them what are they like the same thing or
Good. How are lions, tigers, and cats alike?
like they kind of look alike, that they do the same things what they really do. Like they do use their claws, they use their tongues to brush, or any stuff or anything.
Great. Good job.
Or they can hunt and prey.
Right. What is another way? Okay, well you answer these.
Another way to.
No, I was gonna ask what another way that they're alike, but I think you gave me all the ways. So let me skip to the next question. What does a cat do when it is scared or trapped in a corner?
Like they can use their claws like more like when I get close to the cat, like they just, you know what I mean?
Right, they use their claws. Okay. Why is it important for cats to have claws when they're born?
So they can protect themselves.
Right.
Like it's their kind of weapon.
Right, like a weapon. Why is the top of a cat's tongue rough?
So they can brush themselves, like clean, like take a bath themselves, you know.
Mm-hmm. Why doesn't milk fall off of the cat's tongue when they're drinking it?
Man, that's a hard question. Like it's more like better than like, you know, like when they're drinking, like they can just like they can lick, like they can get it off their tongue, like while swallowing.
Okay, great. Just 1 second. Okay. Next passage. Almost done. This one's going to be a little bit harder. It's about Amelia Earhart, so I'm going to ask you some questions about her. Do you know who Amelia Earhart is?
She's the first female pilot.
Okay.
Apparently, in the 1930s or something like that, like she flew off Antarctica, her plane crashed in the Atlantic Ocean, but her body was lost in the sea, never recovered.
Right. So you've heard of her and you know a lot about her.
Well, I used to hear in the movie Night at the Museum,
right,
too.
Yeah, they talk about her in that movie. What are the dangers of flying a small plane 100 years ago?
Like, watch out by storms so it doesn't hit it, like you'll lose power of the engine or it'll get a crash landing.
Okay. What is an adventurer?
An adventure's like going out like a trip. like a trip or exploring. It's kind of like that.
What are women's rights?
Women's rights.
It's okay if you don't know, just give your best answer.
Perhaps maybe like they're kind of like similar, like when the males, like they can drive planes, they can do anything what they do, like work or help.
Okay, great. Alright, now you're going to read just like you did with the other passages. You can start whenever you're ready.
Amelia Earhart was an avenger and a pioneer in the field of flying. She did things no other woman had ever done before. During World War I, Earhart worked as a nurse. She cared for pilots who had been hurt in the war. Earhart listened to what they said about flying. She watched planes take off and land. She knew that she, too, must fly. In 1928, Earhart was the first woman to cross the Atlantic in a plane, but someone else flew the plane. Earhart wanted to be more than just a passenger. She wanted to fly a plane across the ocean herself. For 4 years, Earhart trained to be a pilot. In 1932, she flew alone across the Atlantic to Ireland. The trip took over 14 hours. Flying may seem easy today. However, Earhart faced many dangers. Airplanes had just been invented. They were much smaller than our planes today. Mechanical problems happened quite often. There were also no computers to help her. Flying across the ocean was as frightening as sailing across it had been years before. Earhart knew the dangers she faced. However, she said, "I want to do it because I want to do it." Women must try to do things as men have tried. When they fail, their failure must be challenged to others. Earhart planned to fly across the world. She flew more than 20,000 miles. Then her plane disappeared somewhere over the huge Pacific Ocean. People searched for a long time and many gave up. Earhart and her plane were never found, but people are still looking.
Great, good job. Alright, so can you tell me a little bit about what you just read?
I heard about that she was once a nurse.
Okay.
Apparently in World War II, like she was training some man like piloting, or like she started becoming a pilot. And apparently the worst part was that there was danger out there. Like apparently your plane was never been found after that.
Okay, great. What was Amelia Earhart's main goal?
Like with the travel across the world on her plane.
Okay. What was Amelia Earhart doing in a plane when she first crossed the Atlantic the first time?
That sentence again.
What was Amelia Earhart doing in a plane when she first crossed the Atlantic?
Like, she wants to do what she really wants to do. Like, that's why she had to do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. How long did it take Amelia Earhart when she flew across the Atlantic?
Well, it took 20,000 miles.
Okay. Why would flying alone across the Atlantic be especially dangerous?
It could be a bad idea because if you are in trouble, you don't have no computers or any contacts. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like in case you're in trouble.
Right. What was one of the dangers flying in those early days?
Like watch out by storms, or if your engines are out of power, or like you'll crash land.
How do we know Amelia Earhart believed in equal rights for women?
Why she did things no other woman had ever done before.
Okay. What was Amelia Earhart trying to do when her plane disappeared?
Like, she knew there's danger she faced. Like, she wants to try to do things that men have tried.
Okay. Why do you think her plane was never found?
I believe that maybe she might have crash landed into the sea, like her body was never recovered or found. That's why her body was lost.
Okay. Great. Okay, that's it for the reading. Good job. The last thing I want you to do is I have just this piece of paper here. I want you to write a short paragraph about anything. You can write a story, you can write a journal entry about your day, you can write something made up about, you know, I see you typing stories a lot in the computer lab, so a couple sentences, whatever you like to write about. I know that there's so many options, but think of something that you like to write about and write a couple sentences. Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Lisa, you can stop filming.